Hi there, welcome to this unboxing. This is for Descent Journeys in the Dark 2nd edition, the Shards of Everdark Hero and Monster Collection. Looks a good one, this. Looked at the back there, we've got One Fist, Karnon, Arvel World Walker, Steel Horns, some really good selection of heroes there. By the looks of it, the sculpts certainly look good. We've got 2 Ice Worms, 2 Dark Minotaurs, they look class, and 5 Shades, they look really spooky. 5 Shades of Cream, not grey by the looks of it. Yes, so the darkness rises from within. Let's have a look. Let's get into this. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's only one more physical Descent 2nd edition thing coming out, which is the Chains That Rust, which should be a small box expansion. But I guess there's going to be plenty more on the Road to Legend app stuff coming out, which is all real good stuff. So lots of support for Descent 2nd edition, which is really nice. Let's get in. I think we're into this blister pack now. Take a good look at the contents inside here. I love the last one with the blood apes. Let's see what we got here. Let's get the bits out. That's empty. Right, let's just sort this lot out. Post it. Right, so just sorted out the hero. So here we go, Karnon. Have a look at him, because he almost looks like an ape figure, doesn't he? So it is Karnon. So let's have a look now. His sculpt is fantastic. He's got this big like club with him. Looks like a bit of a tree, to be honest. He's got all fur. He is like a bit of an ape, isn't he? Great looking sculpt he is. Really, really nice for a hero. Some large heroes in this one. So his inbuilt hero ability: each time a monster adjacent to you is defeated, recover 1 fatigue. Pretty good. His one-off heroic feat: use when you perform an attack with a melee weapon that targets a minion monster. After dice are rolled, you may change the result of each attack die and power die to a different result of your choice. So that is pretty neat, isn't it? He's pretty quick. He's got a movement of 4, health of 14, fatigue of 3. His defense is the grey defense die. He's got might of 6, very good. Not very clever. He's got the club in his hand. That suggests that, doesn't it? He's got knowledge of 1. He's got awareness of 2 and willpower of 2. So he's pretty good all round. Decent hero there, Karnon. He's going to look great, isn't he, if he's painted up like that? Superb. Really, really nice hero. Coming on to this one, One Fist. Now he looks awesome. He's like some sort of... I don't know if it's the Hook. He looks like some sort of mad pirate guy, doesn't he? But yeah, he looks pretty cool, he does. I say there's tons of detail on him. And again, he's quite a large sculpt, large model. So, his hero ability: if one of your hands is empty, add 1 yellow power die to each of your melee attacks. Well, that's really good, isn't it? So you'd try and just use a one-handed weapon. Heroic feat: use when you are defeated to perform 1 melee attack. For each monster you defeat during this heroic feat, you may perform 1 additional melee attack. Then you are knocked out. So like, he's going to go down, but he's going to go down fighting, isn't he? With One Fist, he's reasonably quick again. Movement of 4. He's got a health of 10, fatigue of 4, and of course the grey defense die. A might of 3, knowledge of 2, awareness of 3, and willpower of 3. So pretty good all round. He's going to look great, isn't he? One Fist, really like him. Let's have a look at this one. Arvel, the World Walker. Of course, so I think most of these, if not all of them, original Descent Journeys in the Dark, original edition Descent 1 if you like, reimagined sculpts and altered player sheets. And I think they must be coming to the end of the lot of them now. There can't be many more. Anyway, here we go. So she looks quite good. She's a little bit smaller, if you look, than the others. I'd say these are large. These three are quite large for heroes. She's got obviously got a ranged weapon here. Hero ability. Each time you fail an attribute test, you may recover 1 fatigue. And once per round, when you fail an attribute test, you may re-roll that test instead of recovering 1 fatigue. That's a really good inbuilt heroic ability, isn't it? And then her one-off feat, heroic feat, used during your turn, return up to 2 of your class cards to your class deck. Then, gain any number of class cards from your class deck worth an equal amount of XP. That's quite good, mix and match. Plenty of detail on her as well, if you're picking that up. They say it's definitely a her, isn't it? I'm calling it a her. Is it a her or is it a he? Hard to tell. Arvel, World Walk. I guess some people are going to know. I'm looking at the face there. What would you say, Paul? Is it a woman or a man?
Well, from where I'm looking, it looks more like a bloke.
Paul says it's a bloke. Okay. It could be, couldn't it? Yeah, I reckon he is a man. Anyway. So, movement of 4, health of 10, fatigue of 4, grey defence die. It's got might of 3, knowledge of 3, awareness of 3, and willpower of 3. So good all-round stats, steady all round, pretty good. And now we come to this one. Now, there's one thing I've looked at. This steel horns, he looks great, but he is top heavy, and he's top heavy, and he's forward top heavy. He's leaning forward a bit, isn't he? So look what happens. Because the bases on the heroes are always the one square, aren't they? You're going to tip over. Now, I've tried this on a flat worktop just now, and he stays steady. But he is going to be prone to tipping over, isn't he? Maybe that's his thing. Is he going to headbutt people or whatever? I don't know. But if you go see, look on the card, he's fine. He's not going to take too much of misplacing. He's top heavy, length forward. It's not. They should have really just tilted him back slightly so he's more central to his base, because he is likely to just tip over. He just will not stay up on that bit of tablecloth, but he will on a flat surface. So just, yeah, that's just one thing with him. But he looks the business, doesn't he? Really, really cool. Steel horns. Fantastic looking model. Really, really nice. His hero ability. Each time you perform an attack that targets a figure adjacent to you that was not adjacent to you at the start of your turn, that attack gains +1 damage. And his one-off heroic feat. Used during your turn, roll 1 power die of your choice. You and each figure adjacent to you suffers damage equal to the damage rolled. If you roll at least 1 surge, you may also move each affected figure up to 1 space. It's quite an involved heroic feat there, but could be used to great advantage, I guess. Now he's got a movement of 4, good health of 14, fatigue of 3, and the grey defence die. He's got a might of 5, which is pretty good. As you imagine, he looks pretty strong, doesn't he? He's not very clever. He's got a knowledge of 1. He's got an awareness of 2, and he's got willpower of 3. So again, a good character there. Let's get on to these monsters. Let's just dump these on the table. And there's something different about this. I don't believe any, if I'm wrong, if I recollect, we've unboxed all the Descent stuff, and I don't remember any models that you have to put together. I might be wrong and I might be slipping my mind, but look, there's some bits and pieces here. There they go. Are they the worms? But look, we've got little arms and stuff and bits and pieces need to go together. I've not seen that in Descent yet. Even in the large models, I think they're all ready together, aren't they? The massive big models. I think, yeah. Pretty sure they are, aren't they? So this is unusual. This is something different. Obviously, it must have been to get into this blister pack. But look, them bits need putting together. These are already made up, and they look fantastic. They look really good. They got like no face there, have they? They're just what do they look like on here? Yeah, they are creepy as hell. There's no head there. It's just a hood, like a ghostly figure. They look fantastic. So, should we just straight off the bat try and shove one of these together? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the this here and see if we can just do this off T. So he's got 3. So he's going to go on there. Is it that way? Yes, it is. That's on there. Don't know whether you need to glue these with a spot of super glue gel. I'm guessing so. I'm not positive. Then this bit is going to go to square peg. Has to go into that piece there. Which way round? Is it? That's too large. It's like it's coming into the edge. It's quite a large peg there. Ah, maybe something else goes into that first. It will, won't it? Look, silly. That goes into it first. It's hard to see from the picture, but yeah, look, his leg comes down. So his leg comes down there. That's that in. Then let's get his face on him. That goes, it's definitely that way. Is it? No. I'm trying to put his face upside down. That's it. Almost on. And he's on. There we go, that's his face. What are we missing now? One piece here. That must go in here. And it does. Strange that this is all in bits, isn't it? Because I mean, that would have fitted in, made up, and then just onto that bit, wouldn't it? So it's a change. And then locate him on the pegs here. So we've got the 3. Is he that way around? Which way? Let's have a look. So that's towards the back. His face there. It's definitely this way round. And let's get him on. Nearly. Can't be that way. It's got to be there. One there. Yeah, this is the way. One there, one there. Right, nearly there. Just got to locate that last peg there. Ah, there's a peg there. There's 4. That's it. He's getting in there. I mean, it's very simple to put together. That's him actually done. Do you know, he would have fitted in the box, wouldn't he? I'm sure he would have done. I mean, there's only 2 of them. Should we just look? Look, 1. Imagine another one there. They'd have easily fitted in the box, wouldn't they? Because the heroes go there. So I've no idea why they've made us put this together. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning for that has been. Do you know what? Looking at that, I think his head is on slightly wrong. Let's put his head. Ah, look. That's it. No wonder he didn't go on properly. That's his head. So there he is. That's one of them. He looks pretty cool. I have no idea why he's all in pieces. He's actually in. Oh, look. He's not complete. There's a tail here. Ah, I forgot the tail. Right, the tail wraps round on him like that. So it must go... Ah, there we go. This way. Nearly. Oh, there goes the base. I say it might be worth putting a... If you do, super glue gel. It's far more easy to control the gel stuff. I find personally anyway. Just a tiny spot of super glue gel. But yeah, I might need them on the tail and stuff. Just on the joints and the socket before you put it in. But there he is now with his tail. So he is complete now. Great looking monster, isn't he? On that bit of like rock. So let's put the red one together.
Okay.
Right, first of all, one fist. No, not sorry, one fist, steel horn stand up there, yeah. Right, so yeah, put the second one together. I have no idea why they've put them in pieces, but they go together pretty well. I say a little spot of super glue gel I would use, just on each socket bits, and he's going to be a solid monster then. But they look pretty cool, don't they? This is the ice worm. Tons of detail on them. So they really are just like the perched on that bit of rock, aren't they there? Looks like a bit of Superman kryptonite they're on. With the jagged rock. Awesome. So that's the ice worm. I think that's the rocket, what it's called anyway, in the Superman films, isn't it? Is it kryptonite?
Yeah.
Is it like that, isn't it? Jagged stuff. Anyway, let's have a look at these. So, movement of 4, health of 7, 2 grey defence die. Really good. I suppose that's all them scales there. Protection. They got Entomb and Reach, and that's just standard. That's the minion one. The beefed up one, he's got. They both got a blue and red attack die. He's got Entomb. He's got Freezing. So he's got Freezing ability, and Reach. Movement of 4. His health's beefed up to 9, and he's got the 2 grey defence die. That's the Act 2 monster there. This is the Act 1 we're talking about. So Entomb, knocked out heroes within 1 space of this monster can only recover health from stand-up actions and heroic feats. So that limits them a bit. The Freezing ability, interested in this. Each time a hero enters a space adjacent to this monster, that hero suffers 1 fatigue. He's getting pretty cold. And then the monster's got Reach. This monster may attack targets up to 2 spaces away. He just uncoils himself, doesn't he? So that is the ice worm. He looks pretty good, doesn't he? Even though you have to put him together. Well, it's not hard to put them together, but just a bit bizarre that you do. Right, that's them. Let's have a look now at these, the Dark Minotaurs. Great looking monster. You know, not far off, look, the size of the heroes in this pack. Anyway, they are monsters. Let's have a look at them. So, they got a movement of 4, the minion has, health of 8, and a brown defence die, so not very good on the old defence. But the master, movement of 4, health of 8, and a black defence die. Automatic included with the minion is Bull Rush, Filthy Murk, Putrid Boils, and on a surge appears of 1. But do you know what? This guy here, he's got his Bull Rush, he's got Putrid Boils, Filthy Murk, and a surge Pierce 2. These are pretty flipping potent monsters, these. Let's have a look on the back. So Bull Rush, what's that? Each time this monster targets a space that it was not adjacent to at the start of its activation, add 1 red power die to its attack pool. These are killing machines. The Filthy Murk, at the end of this monster's activation, each hero within 3 spaces of it is diseased. And then we've got it must be like an incense thing. That's like an incensey sort of thing, isn't it? It's got like skulls. It's a load of skulls on the top. Right, the Putrid Boils. These sound awful, don't they? Each time a diseased hero within 3 spaces, it's going to be easy to disease in a minute. So each time a diseased hero within 3 spaces of 1 or more monsters with putrid boils voluntarily suffers 1 or more fatigue, that hero suffers 1 damage. Let's look at that again. So each time a diseased hero within 3 spaces of 1 or more monsters with putrid boils voluntarily suffers 1 or more fatigue, that hero suffers 1 damage. Okay, and then right. On a surge, you pierce. This attack ignores the amount of defence rolled on the defence die. Standard pierce. So they're all in all cracking monster. That is the Dark Minotaur. Really, they are just blooming killing machines. No wonder there's only 2 of them. They're pretty good. Mess you up a bit. Right, now these these look fantastic. We got loads of like dragony sort of monsters in Descent, haven't we? These remind me of what was the haunted house one? The Manor of Ravens. These look like they should have been in there, don't they? Look at these. They're like they're shade. I mean, they obviously from. I think I remember seeing in the conversion kit the shades and thought they looked cool. But there's no head there, is there? They are literally just a ghostly figure. Awful female ghostly figure. Like you wouldn't want to meet one of them, would you? In a house or whatever, even in the dungeon. So these are the shades. Let's have a look what they do. Loads of detail in them. and you haven't got to paint the face because it just isn't there. Right, so movement of 4. I don't expect these to walk. These are just going to glide along, aren't they? Like a Dalek. So a movement of 4, only a health of 2, and a black defense die. But they have, this is the minions, a soul shackle 1, as an action a flicker, and as a surge a pierce 1, and they got a attack of blue and yellow. The Master Shade, not the Lampshade, the Master Shade, that has, again, they both have attack of blue and yellow. It's got a Soul Shackle 2, whatever the Soul Shackle is, it's doubled for the Master. Again, on a action, a flicker. So really the shade flickers, doesn't it? Excuse me. And on a pierce 2. Always love the pierce ones when you're playing the Overlord. Right, so the shade, let's have a look. The Soul Shackle X. Each time a hero within 3 spaces of this monster recovers 1 or more fatigue, this monster may suffer X amount of health to reduce the amount of fatigue recovered by X to a minimum of 0. Thinking about that, it will all make sense. You'd have to apply it in it's quite a complicated one. Flicker. Choose 1 hero within 3 spaces of this monster. Remove this monster from the map and place it adjacent to that hero. Then, if this monster has not performed an attack, this activation, that hero tests awareness. If he fails, perform an attack with this monster that targets that hero. So again, 2 very involved traits here, the Soul Shackle X and the Flicker. And then we got the standard, the PSX, which is always awesome. This attack ignores X rolled on the defense die. So there we go. And you can flood the place with these shades, can't you? Because in a 4 hero game, you're going to get 2, 4. Sorry, what's he doing there? Get back on there. You got 5 of these. You use them all in a 4 hero. Playing against 2 heroes, 2 and 1s are still quite good. I mean, that's another thing. So with the worms, yeah, you're just going to get one of these in a 2 hero game, one of these in a 3 hero, and both in 4 hero. And looking at these killer machines here, the Dark Minotaurs, I think they're pretty awesome. These there. So you're just going to get the minion in 2 player, the master in 3 player. Well, say 3 hero player, and 4 heroes. You're going to get both. There you go. Let's just have a look now at this. Oh, and also, so the Overlord card, we've got Mockery. We won't go into that much more. Leave some things. We've got Mockery. The travel card, we've got the Shards of Everdark. And we got Host of Everdark card here. Right, and then we just got the leaflet here, telling you about the Shards of Everdark, using this expansion. There's the little horns that, where are they? They're on this guy here, aren't they? Which one? Who's got the horns on his head? One of them has, I know he has. Anyway.
Okay.
You know what? Of course it's Steelhorns has got the horns on his head, isn't it? So look, that's more or less matching him. So anyway, that's what's going to separate the cards in this expansion. And then we look inside, and we've got Encounter 1, Shards of Everdark. Looks quite involved, doesn't it? We've got an ice cave here, awesome. And then the Host of Everdark, Encounter 1. That's quite a large map there, quite decent. And it tells you all of the monster descriptions on the back. So these ice worms look really cool. Imagine that with the purple and painted with like a purpley white ice coming off them. They look pretty good. As are the heroes. If you get, you paint them up really good in the shades and the Dark Minotaurs. So all in all, that is a fantastic looking hero and monster collection for Descent Journeys in the Dark 2nd edition. That is the Shards of Everdark. Thank you very much for watching.